get ready for the train to Jordan. I'm picking up passengers from coast to coast. Faith is the key to open up the doors and borders. Don't need no ticket, just get on board. So this is the official welcome party of Elevate 2.0, featuring our special guest percussionist, Edgar. Thank you, sir. This is your time just to relax, get acquainted with the space, maybe join us in some song. Just feel the groove. It's a little soft, graceful opening to your evening. Probably hear the beautiful piano stylings of Pablo Cardenas and the beautiful playing of the great Peter Dowse. Thank you. You don't really need to clap though, because you're all part of the band. So we're going to continue with another piece of music here just to set the scene. Please feel free to make yourself welcome. Get yourself a cup of tea. Say hi, do anything you need to do. Now you can clap. The fabulous Pablo Cardenas, Peter Dowse. Yours truly, Kelby MacNayr. Thank you all so much.
And these three gents, of course, make up the Elevate Trio. The Elevate Trio here every Thursday night now from 7 to 8:30. So welcome to Elevate 2.0, everyone. This is a new version, a new incarnation of our weekly midweek pick-me-up. And we've already started differently, and we're going to continue moving forward differently. And so what I'm going to invite everyone to do is I'm going to invite you to just get comfortable where you are. I'm going to invite you to turn off your devices if you haven't already. And I'm going to invite you, as you settle into your seats, as you settle into the space, to begin to let go. Let go of everything that has come before this now moment. Let go of anything coming in the future, any to-do lists. Let go of any distractions vying for your attention in the room right now. And if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. Allow your body to relax. Consider your forehead, your ears, your shoulders. Allow every single aspect of your being to soften, allowing yourself the opportunity to arrive in each now moment, brand new, refreshed, revitalized. Allowing yourself the gift and blessing of being right here, right now. And so as we move into this next component of tonight's Elevate, our meditation time, we start to move into the spirit, the energy of the book that we're following for the next 6 to 8 weeks, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And so for meditation tonight, we have some live music. Live music to take us on a journey, to allow us to continue relaxing and letting go, to continue arriving in each now moment as a brand spanking new version of who and what we are. And as we continue letting go, as we continue arriving, as the sounds of the Elevate Trio take us on a journey, I offer you this quote from the book for contemplation. At a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. This is what is told as the greatest lie. Once again, At a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. Now, in New Thought, we teach something entirely different. That every single moment we are at choice. Every single moment we are at opportunity to be reborn anew, to experience life differently. And all of that happens according to the choices we make. How we use our minds, how we open our hearts, the lens through which we view and receive and experience our world. And so for the next 15 minutes or so of uninterrupted meditation, I invite you to just open up to the infinite choices that one can make from one now moment to the next, and allow yourself to be taken on this journey. soundscape of the Elevate Trio, as we hear the gentle rhythms and feel the harmonies in the cells in our bodies. I invite you to shift your attention back to your physical presence, and becoming more aware of your body and the skin that you're in. Becoming more aware of the seat that you're in. Becoming more aware of the environment around you and the space you're taking up. And as we continue becoming more physically aware, I offer this quote from The Alchemist, something that every now and then someone might get tripped up with, known as the world's greatest lie. At a certain point in our lives, we lose control of what's happening to us, and our lives become controlled by fate. So knowing that we are always at choice, knowing that we are always choosing whether we're aware of it or not, we are always at opportunity to create a new life experience. And whether it is by design, whether it is by default, that power lies within. And so as we move through the rest of our time together tonight, as we visit the lands of Spain and the story of Santiago the shepherd, what a gift and a blessing it is to be here now, to be transported and connected at the same time through music, to experience this in community together as we continue moving through tonight's Elevate. And what a gift and blessing it is to do so on Lekwungen territorial land, coming together in harmony, respect, and love, in creativity, in wonder and play. And so now, as we finish our meditation, I invite you to stand, if you feel comfortable to do so. And I invite you to extend your arms out by your sides. I invite you to lengthen your spine. And I invite you to just really open up to all of the energy that is whirling and swirling around. Knowing that that same energy, that same creativity, those same harmonies are alive and active within. And now I invite you to scoop it all up, up, up above your head, pressing your palms and fingertips together. And then gently bring it all down. Mindfully, presently, purposefully, joyfully, intentionally, right down into your heart. Allowing yourself a few moments of appreciation, opening up to a deep sense of wonder, maybe connection, and experiencing some grace. And so let us finish off our meditation with 3 life-affirming breaths together. First breath in, and release. Returning back to your regular breath. Second, deep, nourishing, life-affirming breath in. And release. Returning back to your regular breath. And with this third breath, I invite everyone to receive the biggest, most nourishing, life-affirming breath in yet. And at the top, we're going to hold. Breathing in. And at the top, hold. Taking in an extra sip if you can. And release. I am so grateful for your time, your presence, your consciousness. and for everything that comes next. Namaste. So I'm going to invite you to stay standing and just move your body a little bit. Move your body, walk around, become more aware of your physical presence. Take a sip of some tea or some water if you have it. And then when you're ready, and if you want to, find someone next to you and share one thing that came up for you during that meditation as we get ready to transition into some more music.
We can do something, anything you like whatever feels right for a vibe. It doesn't have to be too quiet. It can be, or it can be more upbeat, whatever you feel. Whatever feels fitting for the energy. Yeah, buddy. Something.
Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse electric bass, and Kelby MacNayr on drums. Woo! That was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, what a fantastic segue into our theme for the month. But Pablo, please let us know what that was.
It was an improvisation. By
wow.
Just
Fantastic.
created.
Oh my God. We want more of that, please. Wow. Fantastic. Oh, so good. So in case you guys haven't noticed, we have more music happening at Elevate 2.0, right? Yeah, all right. And so as we move from one tune to another, we're moving into our theme for the month, which is a brand new theme, another theme of our values compass, and it's another one of our pillars, relatability. And the affirmation to go with relatability is, we welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. And that is what I was experiencing just now as I was watching everybody just mingle and chat, and then the music that was coming from the stage, and how everybody just kind of finally synced up and like was paying attention here. Wow, talk about enthusiasm and joy. Anybody else? Yeah, okay. So this is an incredible opportunity for us this month to lean into relatability, lean into how we are relating with one another, how it is that we resonate with one another, and how it is that we welcome and inspire community in our own lives, how we cultivate and foster enthusiasm and joy in our own lives. So this is an invitation for all of us to just lean into all of those themes for the entire month. And every time we get together at Elevate, every time we get together at Celebrate on Sundays, this is what we're going to be doing in community together. So we do have a couple of minutes if there's anyone who's already champing at the bit to share something about relatability or this brand new affirmation that you have just seen, unless you have been looking at our website and are familiar with our VTC Values Compass. But is there anyone that has something that they would like to share, to bring into community about this theme, about this affirmation, whatever is alive for you right now? I'm going to pick up the mic because I notice when I pick up the mic, it's like a prompt. And yeah, there's just someone I know that has something that they would like to share. And as people are thinking, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to welcome Edgar, who is here for the first time today, who came in with Winnie and who knows at least Kelby, if not the other musicians. Can we all welcome Edgar the VTC way? We love you, we appreciate you, and we're so glad you're here. Let's give him a hand. So that's a welcoming and inspiring community with enthusiasm and joy, right? So anyone have something on their heart that they would like to share? Linda, the magic worked. Oh, and now with all of this, you know what? You're gonna come closer because the cord is woven through the keyboard.
It's okay. We want them to come up there. That's all.
I've been missing community. I've been missing community so much so that for the last, I'd say in March, started going to community. And this week, of course, May 5th, which feels like a long time ago, but only 2 days ago, was in community for the Red Dress Walk. From one nation to another. So if you ever get a chance to do that walk, it's quite inspiring. And enthusiastically and full of joy with the drumming and the singing and the ocean and just the flow. And that's been true for coming here tonight. So I so appreciate
Thank you
and the journey and the songs and community.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful share, Linda. All right. So that's going to be it for tonight so that we can keep things moving because this is the first time we're doing this Elevate 2.0, and so we're kind of seeing, how things are flowing. Gentlemen, you are welcome to have a seat off the stage for a little while if you would like. And so one of the other new components of Elevate 2.0 is that we are now, I can't remember if it's, yes, we now have a book component. And so for the next 6 to 8 weeks, we're going to be following along Pablo Coelho's The Alchemist. And I'm so excited because this is one of my absolute favorite books. For about 8 years now, every single summer, at some point, it's probably late spring, all of a sudden, one day I'm like, oh, I got to read The Alchemist. I got to listen to The Alchemist. And I probably listen to and or read it 1 to 3 times every single year. And every single time I pick it up, every single time I tune into Jeremy Irons narrating best audiobook ever, I get completely transported to this other land and these incredible themes and ideas that are so universally relatable. So first of all, I want to find out, has anyone here read The Alchemist or is anyone reading The Alchemist right now? Hands are going in the air, that's great. I remember how excited Stephanie was a few years ago. I just started reading it. All right, so what I would like to start off with is I want to read the prologue, okay? Very beginning of the book, especially for those who haven't read it yet. The alchemist picked up a book that someone in the caravan had brought. Leafing through the pages, he found a story about Narcissus. The alchemist knew the legend of Narcissus, a youth who knelt daily beside a lake to contemplate his own beauty. He was so fascinated by himself that one morning he fell into the lake and drowned. At the spot where he fell, a flower was born, which was called the Narcissus. But this was not how the author of the book ended the story. He said that when Narcissus died, the goddesses of the forest appeared and found the lake, which had been fresh water, transformed into a lake of salty tears. "Why do you weep?" the goddesses asked. "I weep for Narcissus," the lake replied. "Ah, it is no surprise that you weep for Narcissus," they said, "for though we always pursued him in the forest, You alone could contemplate his beauty close at hand. But was Narcissus beautiful? The lake asked. Who better than you to know that? The goddesses said in wonder. After all, it was by your banks that he knelt each day to contemplate himself. The lake went silent for some time. Finally, it said, I weep for Narcissus, but I never noticed that Narcissus was beautiful. I weep because each time he knelt beside my banks, I could see in the depths of his eyes my own beauty reflected. What a lovely story, the alchemist thought. Oh, I got a little emotional there at the end. So this book is filled with so many themes, so many concepts. And the book is about a boy named Santiago who's about 19 years old, and he's a shepherd. He lives in Spain, and he appreciates his simple life. He's got a thick book that he can read, that he can trade for another thick book, and the thicker the book, the better, because he also uses it as a pillow at night. He's got a jacket that sometimes he gets tired of carrying, but it's okay because it keeps him warm on the cold Spanish mornings. And he also has his flock of sheep. And his flock of sheep are the ones that he appreciates the most because he has this incredible, simple, natural relationship with these sheep. The sheep know how to find food and water, but they also depend on Santiago to guide them to where that food and water is that they can have safely, because every now and then there's a wolf that might come and get one of the sheep or something, right? And so he really appreciates this simple relationship he has with them, where he can just spend time with them. He can travel the world with his sheep, tending his flock. He can read them stories, and they never kind of talk back or anything like that. And it's just really, really simple and relaxed, and so pure and innocent and almost naive. And at the beginning of the book, he is looking forward to going back to a village that he was at the year before, where he sold a bunch of wool from his sheep. And the merchant to whom he sold his wool has a beautiful daughter that he is in love with and wants to spend the rest of his life with. But through these 4 days, he's also weighed down by this dream that he has. This dream that he has a couple of times where he wakes up at the exact same time just before he gets the nugget of information that he needs, right? And so as he's contemplating life, he's appreciating the simplicity of it. He is open sort of with curiosity about what life can be as he continues to go, towards this village that he's going to and what life is going to be like with this girl. But he's also wondering about this dream that he has, about this little kid who's playing with the sheep, and then something about the pyramids of Egypt, and that there's something there, some kind of treasure that he's supposed to find. But he has no idea how to get there, and he has no idea where this treasure is because he wakes up just before the kid in the dream is about to tell him. And so he's thinking about all of these different things, and he's thinking about how glad he is that he has his sheep, and how wonderful it is that he knows how his life is going to turn out because he's going to meet this girl and spend the rest of his life with her, and then he can just keep selling wool from his sheep that are his best friends. Because what he learned while he was in seminary school was that people are more complicated than sheep. Relationships with people mean that you got to get to know them. It means that then they're in your life. And there's this thing that he says, when someone sees the same people every day, as had happened with him at the seminary, they wind up becoming a part of that person's life. And then they want that person to change. If someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her own, right? So he just thinks, I'm going to simplify. I'm going to simplify, I'm going to spend time with these sheep, I'm going to live my life with this girl, I'm going to travel the world when I want to, but that's really all I need, right? And that's it. That's all he's ever known, that's all he expects, and to him, that's enough. But there's this dream that's bugging him. And so he decides to go and visit a gypsy woman in the village who is someone who can interpret dreams. And so he goes with some trepidation because when he was a little kid, he was scared of gypsies because he was told all of these icky stories about them kidnapping children and doing weird things. But he braves it because he thinks this dream, there's something about this dream that's pulling him towards this experience, right? So he starts to consider, what is it that I'm supposed to do? And so he goes to visit this woman, and she listens to the dream. She doesn't know about these pyramids, but basically tells him that because the dream unfolded the way that it did, because there was a child that pointed him towards this treasure, it's for real, and he's got to go to these pyramids. And when he gets to these pyramids and he finds his treasure, he's got to give her 1/10 of the treasure, which totally pisses him off, because he's like, I'm the one who has to go and find the treasure. Why would I want to give you anything? But then he's like, but wait a minute. I don't have to pay her for anything because she wants something that I don't have yet, right? So he's kind of contemplating this thing about, do I go and do this or do I not go and do it? But this dream continues to plague him. And so as he's thinking about, this journey that he's taking to go to see this girl, to go to sell his wool of these, sell the wool from these sheep, he's also really thankful that he left the seminary. He's thankful that he decided to follow his own path and not do what his parents wanted him to do, because now he gets to travel the world. He gets to go wherever he wants with his sheep, and he is sort of, the man of his own destiny, right? And so as he's following his path, he's still thinking about this dream. And so one day, as he's sitting in the square of this little town that he's in, all of a sudden an old man shows up and starts asking him about the book that he's reading. And the kid is like, I don't want to be bothered, and so he tries to sort of like be rude or whatever, but then he's reminded that his dad said you have to be kind to everyone, so he starts to talk to him. And then he gives him his book because the old man wants to see the book. And he looks at the book, and to the surprise of the boy, comments on the book in a way that shows that he's read it, that he's familiar with what's in there. And the thing that is in the book that this old man says is that greatest lie in the world that we had during meditation. That eventually, at some point in our life, we stop following our own heart, we stop making our choices for ourselves from intuitive wisdom, I'm totally paraphrasing here, and we just get caught up in what's going on around us. We get caught up in what everyone else wants for us. We get caught up in all of the expectations, the opinions, the roles, whatever it is of everyone and everything around us, and sometimes we don't even notice. But he says this is the greatest lie in the world, that everyone has a personal legend, a dream that is theirs to follow, and it is their duty to follow that dream. And so he listens to this old man with mixed curiosity and kind of trepidation and kind of nervousness and kind of like, who is this guy? And then as he's having this conversation, all of a sudden, there's this incredible sort of flash of light that he notices from the man's breastplate. And he doesn't know what it is, but it momentarily blinds him. And all of a sudden, he realizes, wait a minute, there's more to life than I've known up until now. And so throughout I'm only going through the first 22 pages here, okay? There's so much in this book. In those first 22 pages, we're introduced to this boy who has this simple, simple life that he really appreciates and really doesn't want anymore because he knows exactly how it's going to unfold, and that's good enough for him. According to him, he is following his personal legend. He is living his purpose as a shepherd traveling the world. And yet, he's also wondering what it's going to be like to marry this girl in another village, because maybe he's not going to get to travel as much. And he starts to think about, how is it that other people can impact who and what I am, my choices? And that's something that we all get to think about from time to time, right? Because none of us live in a bubble. We're all relating to one another, whether it's our family, our friends, our community, or strangers. How many times do we allow what someone else thinks, what someone else is doing, what someone else wants to impact us, and then we go along with that and let go of our own agency, our own sovereignty? And sometimes it's little things, and sometimes it's big things. And so for him, he's thinking about all of this. And then there's the resignation that he experiences from his dad, when he goes thinking back to when he told his dad that he wanted to become a shepherd rather than a priest. And his dad's like, and he said, no, Dad, I want to do it because then I get to travel. Then I get to see the world. And so his dad, he gives his son his blessing, but Santiago, in his dad, can see the resignation and the disappointment in himself that he didn't follow his own dream, that he didn't realize his own personal legend. And so for Santiago, that just gives him more confidence to go and follow his dream, to follow his purpose, to realize his personal legend, which he's just learning about now from this old guy. Who is this old guy? And so what he's told by this old guy is that he's a king. And at first the boy doesn't believe him. But then as he notices how he's dressed and that there's these gems and he's got this breastplate and this cape and everything, it's like, okay, yeah, maybe he could be a king. And as he's listening to this man talk about this greatest lie, as the boy is starting to, really sort of contemplate, am I making the right decision? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm living my dream, am I not? All of a sudden, when that flash of light happens because of this gem that is on the breastplate of this king, Santiago just lets go of everything in that moment. He can't see, he loses his vision, he's blinded. But then when he comes to, this is what happens. Before the boy could say anything, the old man leaned over, picked up a stick, and began to write in the sand of the plaza. Something bright reflected from his chest with such intensity that the boy was momentarily blinded. With a movement that was too quick for someone his age, the man covered whatever it was with his cape. When his vision returned to normal, the boy was able to read what the old man had written in the sand. There, in the sand of the plaza of the small city, the boy read the names of his father and his mother and the name of the seminary he attended. He read the name of the merchant's daughter, which he hadn't even known, and he read things he had never told anyone. This is a delineating moment for Santiago, because this is when he becomes aware that there is so much more to life than what he has known up until now. And as he opens up to that knowing, to this truth, to this discovery, to this realization, he's going to find out how much more there is to him to experience that he has experienced so far. And so this is such an incredible metaphor or allegory or illustration, I actually don't know what the right word is, for us. Because that old king, when he goes to just talk to the boy, and we learn more about the old king later, but when he goes to talk to the boy and the boy is momentarily blinded, then this is an opportunity that we all have, and not just once in our life. It can happen again and again and again and again as we up-level, as we open, as we up-spiral, as we become more and more and more aware that the life that we experience is the life that we create for ourselves. The body that we have, it's a vessel and it has an expiration date, but the thing that is moving through that vessel, the thing that is expressing itself, if we go back to the story of Narcissus, the lake being so sad because Narcissus died and now there's no opportunity for the lake to experience itself through another, this is what he's just starting to learn on his journey. And so just like the old king, we are so much more than we appear to be. And once we become aware of that truth, it's as if we've been temporarily blinded to everything we have known until now. And when our vision returns, it brings with it a new level of curiosity, enthusiasm, and agency as we begin to lean into the infinite possibilities of what we can be. Thank you, and so it is. So this is just week 1, the first 22 pages. So now is time for some conscious connection. And if you would like to get into small groups and talk about what you just heard, what's coming up for you, then this is what our time is for now. So feel free, groups of 2, 3, 4. If you would rather not, that's okay too. There is an interactive table at the back. There is some tea that can be made. It's still nice and bright outside. But either way, I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back in about 10 minutes. Thank you. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. All right, everyone, come on back. You're going to have 5 to 7 more weeks to talk about this book. And as you're all coming back, I'm just going to tell you about a few announcements. If you are interested in any of the events happening at VTC, feel free to go onto the website, onto the events page, and you can find out all the information for everything. You can also scan this QR code quickly before I advance it to the next slide. A few events of note. Third Saturdays of the month, 90 transformational breathwork with me. That means another one is coming up, and it's actually next weekend because third Saturday came up super fast. So if you are interested, there are spots left. Please let me know. And yeah. I need more people. I need more people because the crowd is what sort of dictates what it's going to be. Dancing with Grief. This is a 4-session discovery on how to hold grief and live alongside it without letting it take the lead. And it is being facilitated by our very own admin support specialist, who is also a counselor, Leslie Hodgkinson. And it's going to be every Saturday here from 2 to 4 p.m. The cost is $100 for the 4 sessions, and you can register through Eventbrite. You can also get all the information on our website on the events page. Community announcements. Anyone have something they want to share? They want to invite people into community too? Anything on the go?
Well, I'm happy we saved all of us the community hermits.
What's that?
Yeah.
Hermans. The society. The building, it was never in jeopardy. It's the society. So yes.
What was that?
The society. View Street Social. That's the society that runs Hermans. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not, the Hermans is the building. Yeah, okay. So, yes, everything, they now are going to be closed for 3 to 6 months, and so this is why we got to love up our musicians and support them wherever it is that they're playing, and let people know. We're actually going to let Hermans know and View Street Social that these guys are here every single week, right? So that people can come and see them here, all right? And yay for View Street Society on supporting their musicians that way. Mm-hmm. All right, well, if that's it, then we're going to hear some more music from the Elevate Trio.
Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Very strange and enchanted boy. They say he wandered lips will shine, and sound of eyes, but very wise was he. And then one day, one magic day passed my way, and while we spoke of many things, fools and kings, this he said to me: the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. just to love, to be loved in return. Be loved in return. Be loved in return.
The Elevate Trio, Pablo Cardenas, Dowse, Kelby MacNayr. From the world's greatest lie to the greatest thing you'll ever learn, right? Wow, that's one of my favorite tunes. Amazing. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Whoo, and the music just keeps on coming. All right, so I'm going to pass out the You Are Beautiful blessing box, and so please feel free to take one for yourself, add it to your collection. I know Liz has quite the collection. I've seen it. And then pass the box on to the next person with the lid closed so they can receive that beautiful message too. And so now, before we have a little bit more music, now is an opportunity to just tune into how you're feeling and to really appreciate what it is that we're doing here together in community, and to also recognize that this kind of programming does not come for free. And so if we, like Hermans and like View Street Society, want to support our musicians, let's support our musicians. So I'm going to pass around the Abundance Bowl. And here's an opportunity for all of us to contribute something intentionally. So I'm putting in my contribution for tonight. And I'm asking, if you are putting something in here, thank you. If you are not putting something in here tonight, then please spend a few moments with the Abundance Bowl and set an intention. An intention for prosperity, an intention for abundance, an intention for community, enthusiasm, and joy. All right? So Liz, I'm going to pass it on to you. And if you use the credit card machine, please write your name on the back of the slip or fill out one of the other slips so that our treasurer, Mary, knows who to credit with that donation. Okay? And let's have some more music. Thank you. thank you, Jamie. That brings our Elevate to an almost close. I feel like this is very loud. And there's like some, yeah, okay, thanks. There was this like reverberation happening off the mic. All right, so thank you again to the Elevate Trio, Mr. Pablo Cardenas on piano, Peter Dowse on electric bass, Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums, and I would also like to thank Jamie on tech, who filled in last minute tonight for Glenn, who is at home sick, so can we please send Glenn some love? Oh. And then I also want to thank Denise for greeting and setting up all the tables and everything. And then thank you for everyone, because I know that people are going to help out. I know that you contribute in your own way, and without you, there would be no Elevate. So thank you for your presence. Thank you for your consciousness. And come again every Thursday night and bring a friend, and we're going to keep this party going. All right, so now we're going to move on to our final tune of the night. Who was here for the Ginger Coyle concert in the summer? Woo! All right, we are closing out with Higher Frequency. Yeah. So could we have the next slide, please? Winnie. Thank you. And the first lyric slide. And I'm going to invite everyone, get on up if you feel like it, because this is a higher frequency tune. And if you know the words, there are plenty. There we go. You can feel free to sing along, but there are yellow ones. And when the yellow ones come along, then please, please, please lend your voice to those yellow words, okay, those lyrics. And let's all shift our higher frequency as we welcome community with enthusiasm and joy. Can you give me an E, Pablo?
We're in C major.
C major, but my starting note is E. Everybody's waiting on a revolution. They've developed from an illusion. I think first it's gonna take a revelation, just their minds unconsciously awaken to the positivity. Human beings should be full of love, light, and inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, higher. For love in empty places, got myself into some situations. Now I've grown, I know my past does not define me, and all the love I could ever need is here inside me. Took so long for me to see it was waiting here for me. The love, the light, and inner peace. Of every explanation, but be aware of your own vocation. Take responsibility for your conditions, and don't forget the power of your own volition. There's joy, so there is pain. They are one and the same. It's a choice to choose to make. All right, everyone, come on back. I'm going to need your help with some of these lyrics now. Here we go. I am love, I am light, I am in peace. You are love, you are light, you are in peace. We are love, we are light, we are in peace. Be the love, be the light, be the inner peace. All right, here we go. Higher, 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 be the love, be the light, be the inner peace. Woo! And that is our first Elevate 2.0. Thank you, Pablo. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Kelby. Thank you, VTC Community Choir and dancers in the seats. Thank you for everyone who tuned in online. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. And we will see you next week. Gentlemen.